Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. We're going to bring you some Action PC Baseball manual entry, playing History Maker Baseball. I have used the 1973 set with 24 players. I have created the cards using Snippet and loaded them into the game. I think this is going to be really cool. As you can see, you don't see Joe Morgan. What you do see is the History Maker baseball card. And you can get a better look if we click on this. So this is opening day 1973. Riverfront Stadium, April 5th. These are not as played lineups, as the only players who are eligible are the 24 players carded by History Maker Baseball in their I can't say the word. The special set they did for 1973. They also did it for 1998. I have both sets. So Gary Maddox leads off in center field for San Francisco, followed by Gary Matthews in left. Bobby Bonds bats third in right field. Willie McCovey, cleanup hitter at first base. Dave Kingman bats fifth. He's a third baseman. The DH batting sixth. Gary Tomlinson batting seventh. Second baseman Tito Fuentes. Playing short, batting eighth. Chris Spire. Batting ninth, doing the catching, Chris Arnold. They will be opposed by the Cincinnati Reds pitcher, Jack Billingham. For Cincinnati, leading off in left field, Pete Rose, followed by Joe Morgan, playing second base, batting third at first base, Tony Perez. The cleanup hitter is Johnny Bench. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Davey Concepcion. Batting sixth in right field, Andy Cosco. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Dan Dreesen. The DH, we're playing with DHs in both leagues. Larry Stahl. Batting ninth, Cesar Geronimo. On the mound for the 1973 Giants, their 20-game winner, Ron Bryant. So the cold batter is Cesar Geronimo. The hot batter for the Reds is Dave Concepcion. For San Francisco, the cold batter is Dave Kingman, because he only batted 194 against righties. And the hot batter is going to be the catcher, Chris Arnold. He batted 391 versus righties. Michael Canisteri has joined us. Happy New Year to you, my friend. God bless. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Okay, so what I did was take the PDFs, and there's a snippet tool, and all I did was do snippets, and then named, I just put the name, Davey Concepcion, so it pops up. Now, this is on medium. So set up, and I'll just show you. I'm sorry, this is on large. You can put them on extra large, but it's way too big. I'll just show you for ha-has. Oh, it's not going to do it. Let's see if it does it. Oh, there we go. Extra large, play. And you can see how freaking big these things are. Now, you could probably take away the photos, and then you would just hover over it, but then you get that. So, large is good, right? That's the way I look at it. So let's go back to options, setup, make it large. You can see everything. So that's pretty cool. I'm very excited. I just kind of made History Maker Baseball into a PC game, yet I can roll my own dice. We will be using Ball Roller for this. Michael Canisteri has this set. He played a marvelous tournament using the 73 against the 98 set. And that was a lot of fun. So if you have not subscribed to NP Canisteri CT, our good friend Michael, please do so. And check out that wonderful tournament he did. All right, without any further ado, let's play some baseball, History Maker baseball style, using Action PC Baseball version 2026 manual entry. I am not an expert at History Maker baseball. I don't remember all the nooks and crannies. I play to the best of my ability within the rules, and I adjust the nooks and crannies the way I remember it. All right, so leading off is Gary Maddox. On the mound is Jack Billingham. So let's roll the dice and see how it goes. Maddox is a righty. So we have a 1-4-6 with the decider die. 1-4-6. Flash. Does Billingham have flash? He has semi-flash. The decider die says he has flash. It is a strikeout. As Maddox, it would have still been an out, but he does not have a good eye. So Jack Billingham strikes out Gary Maddox. And that's one out. That brings up Gary Matthews. Gary Matthews. And again, you can get his stats, his real stats. You just hover over. Well, it should work. There we go. You hover over and you can see what Gary Matthews actually did. So it's really a nice combination of both games. And you get to roll your own dice. This is freaking awesome. Thank you, Dave Cook. I'm looking forward to the football and playing APA football and using a stat keeper that I understand. To me, this is the easiest, however you want to call it, stat keeper helper, because I'm very familiar with Action PC Baseball. And you just click. It's drop-down screens. It's beautiful. A few other games have the ability to keep stats, and they're good. I just prefer this. This is my favorite because I understand it the best. All right, here's Gary Matthews. Billingham to face Matthews. No outs, no one on. And we're looking at a 3-3-4 no decider die. 3-3-4. Is Billingham a star or ace? Yes, he is. That's going to be a pop out to Tony Perez at first. So then we go pop out, first base, 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty for Bobby Bonds. Bobby's a right-handed bat. Billingham looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Bench sets the target. That's going to be a 5-5-6 with no dot. So we go 5-5-6. Is Billingham an ace? No, he is not. We move on to the batter. Is Bobby Bonds a sad sack? No, he is not. That is a double to right field. Let's see, does he have the other thing? If batter has a sigma result. No, he does not. So it's a double to right field. Is he an active runner? He's a semi-active runner. The decider die says no, he does not steal second. So that is a single to right. I'm sorry, a double to right, excuse me. And he does not steal third because he's only a semi-active runner and the decider die says no. So a 2-out double puts Bobby Bonds at second base. So Bobby Bonds is at second base. That will bring up Willie McCovey. Sports Time Machine. How do I use the decider die with the ball roller? Well, if it's a 0, it's the dot. If it's 1, it's not. The decider die is a 50-50 thing. It's either clear or a dot. So you can't do that with ball roller. So I just did dice number 2, 2 numbers, but you don't start with 1, you start with 0. All right. You had a fun football game. I listened to it last night. Patriots and the Steelers, 1979. That was a good game. I listened to it before I went to bed. Good game, Mike. Please check out and subscribe to Sports Time Machine's channel. That's Sports Time Machine 2102. I gave you a like. I was tired, so I didn't type in the chat, but it was fun to listen to. That brings up Willie McCovey, the man they call Stretch, first baseman. Let's see what McCovey does here. 2, and you read lowest to highest. 2-5-3, and the 0 means it's the dot, so they get the decider die. 2-5-3 to Willie McCovey. Bonds at second, 2 outs. 2-5. I'm sorry, 2-3-5. 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Wild. No, Billingham is not wild. Is McCovey eager? No, he's not. That's going to be a ground out to second. Is he a patient batter? Yes, he is a patient batter. So instead of grounding out to second, he walks. That's cool. So that's a base on balls. He fouls the ball down the right field line, then works a walk off Billingham. We have 2 outs, 2 on for the designated cold batter, Kong, Dave Kingman. Why did I make him the designated cold batter? Because he only batted 194 against right-handed pitching. So he's the designated cold batter. Billingham to Kong. 1-1-6 with the dot. 1-1-6. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. Strike 3. Side is retired. The Giants strand 2. That will bring up the Cincinnati Reds. So, due up for the Reds, Rose, Morgan, Perez. If anyone gets on, Johnny bench. On the mound for the Giants, I went with Ron Bryant because Ron Bryant was 24-12 with a 3.53 ERA. And we're not playing with injuries. The only injuries you can have is one game because there's only 24 players on the roster. So it's only like if someone gets hurt, and that's going to come off the History Maker results, not from Action PC. And actually, I can do whatever I want there. So, all right, here's the pitch to Charlie Hustle. Pete Rose from Ron Bryant. We're looking at a 3.55 with no dot. So 3.55. Is he a struggler or gilded? No. Is Pete Rose a champion? Pete Rose is a semi-champion. The decider dot says no. It's a possible ground out, and it will be. He's not a whiffer, so it's a ground out to Tito Fuentes, who tosses to Willie McCovey. So you go ground out, ground ball, second base, populates 4-3, 1 down. This is so awesome. Here's Joe Morgan, left-handed batting second baseman. Arnold sets the target to pitch to Morgan. We're looking at a 3-3-4 with a dot. So 3-3-4 with a dot. Is Joe Morgan a prospect? No, he is an icon. I'm sorry, is Ron Bryant a prospect? No, he is an icon, a semi-icon. Is Joe Morgan patient? He is semi-patient. The decider die says he's patient. Joe Morgan works a walk. So a 1-out walk for Joe Morgan.
Take your base.
Now, Tony Perez is coming up. I was thinking about trying to steal with Joe Morgan. So if I wanted to steal with Joe Morgan, first we have to roll the decider die to see if he gets the jump. So it has to be a 0. He gets the jump. All right. Now we're going to re-roll. So the catcher, Chris Arnold, and we'll watch the blue die. He's just a normal catcher. Joe Morgan steals second, 1-4. Oh, he throws him out. Oh, Arnold throws out Joe Morgan. Tito Fuentes applies the tag as we rolled a 6. So that's going to be caught stealing out at second. And it's 2-4 because I would assume Fuentes would cover the bag because Perez is a right-handed batter, so the shortstop would stay at bay. Oh, wow. So Joe Morgan's thrown out by Arnold. 2 outs, base is empty. They're trying to get Morgan into scoring position for Tony Perez. Here's the pitch to Perez from Ron Bryant. 225 with a dot. 225. Is Ron Bryant a star? He's a semi-star. The decider die says he's a star. That's a ground ball to short. Spires up with it, throws to McCovey. Side is retired. So we have a ground ball to short, and you'll see 6-3 populates. We're through 1 inning. That is awesome. I love it. 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 Thank you, History Maker Baseball, for PDFs, and thank you, Dave Cook, for coming up with manual entry. I do have umpires and the ballpark. I'll tell you that. I have it on a Excel over here. So the home plate umpires, Ken Burkhart. I just picked 4 umpires. He's strict, questionable, and strict, which is kind of funny. First base is Nick Colosi, respected and semi-strict. Second base, Bob Engel, no trait. Third base umpire, Bruce Froming, semi-questionable. Riverfront Stadium plays semi-big to both righties and left-handed batters. Okay. We go to the top of the second for the Giants. Thomason, Fuentes, and Spires. Okay, let's speed it up a bit. I'm just having some fun with this. I feel very happy with what I did. I feel very happy with what I did. Here's the pitch to Gary Tomlinson. He is the left-hand batting DH. Billingham to Thomason. We're looking at a 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Is Billingham wild? No. Is Tomlinson eager? No. That's going to be... And he's not patient. Let's make sure he's not patient. He's not, so he doesn't draw a walk. He swings at a ball sinking down, pulls it to the right side. Morgan will throw him out. So Morgan throws to Perez, 1 down. Tomlinson goes back to the bench. 1 out for Tito Fuentes, the Giants' second baseman. He's a left-handed batter. Switch hitter batting lefty. Bench goes through the signs. Billingham rocks and deals. Tito Fuentes, no dot, and we have a 2-4-4. 2-4-4. Is Billingham an ace? No. Is Tito Fuentes a champion? No. And he's not a whiffer, so that's going to be a ground ball. Fuentes grounds to his counterpart, Davey Concepcion, who throws to Perez, 2 down. So you go ground ball, shortstop, 6-3, and there are 2 outs. Awesome sauce. 2 outs, base is empty for the number 8 batter, shortstop Chris Spires. Here's the pitch from Jack Billingham. 1-5-6. Pick up some sticks. 1-5-6. Is he a whiffer? He actually has no traits. That ball is going to be hit to the outfield. The pitcher on this has nothing. And you can see Chris Spires has no traits at all. So that's a ball hit to the outfield. We have outfield drama. We will watch the blue and red die as we re-roll. That is a 2-6 with a dot. So outfield drama, 2-6, ball hit to center field. Is the center fielder stoic? No, Cesar Geronimo is not stoic. He makes the diving catch. The side is retired. Cesar Geronimo coming in on the sinking line drive makes the catch for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the second. No score here in Cincinnati. Opening day, 1973, April 5th. History Maker Baseball combined with Action PC manual entry. Awesome sauce, baby. Innovation, my friends. Innovation. So if you have the PDFs, you have a snippet tool, you can add the cards. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. Due up for the Cincinnati Reds, bench Concepcion and Casco. Johnny Bench digs in the right-hander's batter's box. Bryant, the lefty, deals to Bench. We're looking at a 2-4-6 with no dot. 2-4-6. Does Bryant have control? No. Is Bench eager or a sad sack? No. That's going to be a base on balls. He is not an active runner. He's a stoic runner. So Johnny Bench works a walk as Bryant pitches carefully to the Cincinnati Reds catcher. So Bench at first, no outs for Davy Concepcion. Concepcion is the designated hot batter. Yes, he is. He's the designated hot batter if it comes down to that. Yeah, you're right. Sports Time Machine says you can easily do that with payoff pitch. You can. Anything that you can get a PDF for, you just have to take your time and do. I use Snippet Tool. And you just rename the card, the player's card, for the photo. You pretend it's the player photo. Okay, so Bench at first. The pitch to Davy Concepcion. No outs. We're looking at 2-5-6. 2-5-6. Bryant is not a struggler. Is Concepcion a champion or patient? No, he is not. And this ball is going to be hit to the infield. We have infield drama. Again, watch the blue, red, and white. That's a 1-5, no dot. Shortstop iron. He's semi-iron. The decider die says no. He grabs the ball, and that's a 1. Okay, let's see what they do here. I'm going to call that a double play because it's a lead 1. So I don't know how. I know a lead 1 is a double play. So we're going to call that 6-4-3, 2 out. So it goes Spire, Fuentes, and McCovey. Now, had they had gotten the decider die, he would have booted the ball. Instead, he makes a nice clean pick on a good hop off the turf, tosses it to Tito Fuentes, who pivots and goes to Willie Stretch McCovey. So that's a double play. That's the way I'm calling it because it's a lead 1. So where's the double play? Oh, ground ball double play. And you go short, so you see you go 6-4-4-3. 2 outs, base is empty for the right fielder, Andy Cosco. Bryant to Cosco. 2-6-5, no dot. I think we just had a 2-6-5. 2-5-6. Pitcher, we know he's not a struggler. We know Cosco. Oh. Is he champion or patient? No, he is not. More infield drama with 2 outs. We re-roll. Watch blue, red, white. 25 with a dot. So 25. Second baseman, iron. No, Tito Fuentes is not iron. He will make the play as he takes the sure hop off the turf, tosses to McCovey. Side is retired. We go to the top of the third, scoreless here at Riverfront Stadium. Due up for the Giants, Arnold, then the top of the order, Maddox and Matthews. Arnold is the designated hot hitter, if it comes down to that, for the San Francisco Giants. Why, you ask? Because he batted .391 versus right-handed pitching. Here's the pitch from Billingham to Arnold. 1-4-5. 1-4-5. Struggler. No. Nothing on the batter. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Dreesen has it. Throws to Perez. 1 out. Scoring at home, 5-3. 1 out. Top of the order. Gary Maddox. Now, I wish they would show what Maddox did. Now, I could go back to here And Maddox struck out. So, if it comes down to something like hot or cold, since he struck out in his last at-bat, he is cold. And I wish there was a way to show that. I think I can change this to get... It still doesn't show strikeouts, though. All right, that's fine. Here's the pitch to Maddox from Jack Billingham. We're looking at a 1.56. Another 1.56. Is he a whiffer? No. And that ball is going to be hit to the outfield. We have outfield drama, so Maddox sends the fly ball into the Cincinnati Reds outfield. Watch blue, red, white. 12 with a dot. Is the right fielder iron? No, he is not. He will make a lunging catch towards the right field line. Robin Maddox of extra bases. Nice play by Andy Costco. So Costco makes the catch. 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty for Gary Matthews. Matthews is 0 for 1. He popped out. Jack Billingham and the Reds looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Bench wiggles the fingers. Billingham nods his head. He rocks and deals to Gary Matthews, the man they call Sarge. No dot. We're looking at a 2-4-5. 2-4-5. Nothing for the pitcher. Is he a hero? Yes, he is. He is a hero, and that's a single to left field. So Matthews with a 2-out single to left takes that inside pitch, pulls it between Dreesen and Concepcion. Rose fields it and throws it back in. Cutter Historical, how you doing, my friend? Check out and subscribe to that wonderful channel. Yes, it is a very interesting setup. I did a snippet. I have the PDF sets. Now I'm very excited because I can get more History Maker Baseball PDF sets and use them this way. All right. So Matthews at first, 2 outs. That brings up Bobby Bonds. Bonds 1 for 1. He doubled in his first at-bat. The pitch to Bobby. 3.56 with a dot. 3.56. Are they the same? Meaning, are they both righties? Well, Billingham's a right-handed hurler, and Bobby Bonds is a right-handed batter. That is a strikeout, but there's a T thing. Same pitcher throws a batter. Yep, it's a strikeout. So Bobby Bonds, a huge swing and a miss. Side is retired. The 2-out single does not hurt. We go to the bottom of the third here in Cincinnati. Opening day, April 5th, 1973, Riverfront Stadium. No score. Due up for the hometown Reds. Dreesen, Stahl, and Geronimo. Dan Dreesen, even though this is a lefty-lefty matchup, Dan Dreesen batted .294 against left-handed pitching. Arnold sets the target. The pitch to the Reds' third baseman, Dan Dreesen. 5.66, no dot. 5.66. Wild. No. Does Dreesen have a good eye? No. That is a strikeout. He swings and misses at the high cheese away. 1 out. Next batter for the Reds will have to go to the right now chart, the blue chart. So, Larry Stahl, this is his first at-bat. So he's neither hot nor cold because he hasn't done anything, and he is not the designated hot or cold batter. The designated hot batter for the Reds, as I said, is Concepcion. The cold batter is Geronimo. So watch the blue, red, and white die. We have a 5.5, no dot. 5.5. Timeout. When play resumes, Batter draws a walk. So stalls for time and gets a base on balls. Stall to first, 1 out. For the designated cold batter, Cesar Geronimo, he's in this game. This is History Maker Baseball, Philip. History Maker Baseball. And it's regular, not express. All right, here's Cesar Geronimo. Hope all is well, Philip. The pitch to Geronimo. 1 out, stalls at first. No dot, 3-5-5. 3-5-5. Struggler or gilded? No. Champion. Geronimo is not a champion. Is he a whiffer? He's a semi-whiffer. The decider die says no. So that is a ground ball to second. And the lead number is a 3. So runner at first. It's going to be a fielder's choice as Geronimo beats out the double play ball. So that's a fielder's choice. Stall is out 6-4. So we have to do fielder's choice. There we go. Fielder's choice. 6-4. 2 outs. Geronimo's at first. He's a neutral base runner. Top of the order, Pete Rose. Rose is 0 for 1. Bryant peeks over. McCovey holding Geronimo on. Now the pitch to Rose. No dot. We're looking at a 3-3-6. 3-3-6. Bryant is neither an ace or dynamic. We move on to Rose. Is Rose a sad sack, utility, or patient? He is none of those. Pete Rose singles to center field. Runner advances 2 base on any hit, single or double. So we have first and third for the Reds with 2 outs. So Pete Rose is now 1 for 2. So you do single plus plus. And that was a single to center. First and third. Next batter, we'll use the experience chart. So here comes Joe Morgan. Joe Morgan is an icon. Joe Morgan is an icon. We go to the experience chart. Yeah, the cards, like I said, it's a PDF, and I just used snippets, and I loaded them into the Action PC game as photos. All right, so Joe Morgan is an icon. We go to the experience, watch the blue, red, and white. No dot, 4-6. Icon pitcher. Bryant is a semi-icon pitcher, so he's not an icon. The dot says no. So no strikeout. Otherwise, hard shot to shallow right. Great diving catch. That makes no sense. It's an out. It says hard shot to shallow right. Great play by first base to pitcher. Oh, so a diving stop by the first baseman. I can see. Okay. So a diving stop by Willie McCovey on the turf to his left, and he will toss the ball to Bryant, covering the bag for out number 3. So that's going to be a ground ball to first. 3-1. Side retired. The Reds leave him on the corners. We go the top of the 4th. No score here in Cincinnati. Cutter Historical says, I like using the DH for the National League teams prior to 2020 because you add a bat that could be an X factor. I like using the DH a lot too. And because we only have 24 players, I deactivated any player I didn't have the card for in the set. And injuries are only one game. Well, again, I decide what the injuries are because it's card and dice. So, top of the fourth, due up for the Giants in the scoreless game. McCovey, Kingman, Thomason, lefty, righty, lefty, to face the right-hand hurling Jack Billingham. Billingham so far today, 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. That's how we can do it. McCovey has walked. So that's how you can see. I was trying to think if I had to look back. This is the way you do it. You go under G, and that's the game. I mean, that could sort of tell you what he did in his last at-bat. Though it doesn't give you the inning, but it's close enough. All right, here's the pitch to Stretch. He walked his first time up. Billingham to McCovey. No dot. 2-3-4. 2-3-4. Does it close the door on Willie McCovey? 2-3-4. Runners on base. No. Hot batter. Is McCovey a hot batter? If he had gotten a hit in his first at-bat, he would have been a hot batter. He walked. So McCovey, over anxious, reaches for an outside pitch. He'll pop it out to the third baseman, Dan Dreesen. 1 down. Pop out third base. 1 out. That will bring up the right-hand batting Dave Kingman. Kong. Kingman struck out in his first at-bat. I'm almost positive. He is the designated cold batter. Bench sets up, down and away. Billingham deals to Kingman. 5-6-6 with a dot. 5-6-6 with a dot. Wild, no. Does Kingman have a good eye? Are you silly? Guess what that is? Strike 3 again. Kingman, a mighty swing, and he hits nothing but air. He's 0 for 2, 2 outs. Next batter will go off of the blue results, so it's the right now mini chart for Gary Tomlinson. Tomlinson's 0 for 1, and he did not strike out, so he will not be cold. 2 outs, base is empty. Watch the blue, red, and white die. The right now chart. Here we go. No dot, 26. 2-6. Hot pitcher. Well, he just struck out Kingman. I'm going to say yes. Strike 3. He overpowers Tomlinson. Side is retired. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still scoreless here in Cincinnati. Due up for the hometown Reds, Perez, Bench, and Concepcion. We're playing History Maker Baseball using the PDFs. We made them into photos for the players, and we are using Action PC Baseball version 2026 and Ball Roller, and we're having some fun with some History Maker Baseball to the best of my ability with as many nooks and crannies as I can remember how to play. So here we go. Tony Perez is 0 for 1. The pitch to Perez. 2-3-5 with a dot. 2-3-5. Bryant is not wild. Is Perez eager? No. Possible ground out to second base. Is he patient? No, he's not. So Perez bounces it off the turf to Tony Fuentes. Fuentes tosses to McCovey. Oop, not that, sorry. Ground ball second. 4-3, 1 out. Philip Reynolds says, been playing 1980 season Phillies replay, History Maker Baseball Express. 7-4 after 11 games. Schmidt has 4 homers. Lazinski has 1 home run. Cool. 1 out for Johnny Bench. Bench walked his first time up. The pitch to the Cincinnati Reds catcher, Johnny Bench, from Ron Bryant. 2-3-6. Pick up some sticks. 2-3-6. With no dot. 2-3-6. Does the pitcher have double control or dynamic? No. Pitcher batting? No. And Johnny Bench will work another walk. So another base on ball for Johnny Bench. 1 out walk. Bench at first. 1 out for Davey Concepcion. Davey's 0 for 1. Giants hope to turn 2 in the infield. McCovey holds on. Bench at first. Bryant kicks and deals to Concepcion. 1-4-6. Pick up some sticks. 1-4-6. No dot. Does the pitcher have flash? He has semi-flash. The dot says no. Is Concepcion a champion? No. That's going to be a ground ball, and it's a lead 1 double play. So it's going to be a ground ball to Fuentes. He flips to Spires, coming across the bag onto McCovey. Side retired. That's a ground ball double play. 4-6-3. We go to the top of the 5th. Still scoreless here at Riverfront Stadium. The Giants nothing. The Reds nothing. Due up for the San Francisco Giants. Bottom 3rd of their order. Fuentes, Spires, Arnold. Tito Fuentes 0 for 1. Billingham's ready to work. The pitch to Fuentes. 1-4-5. Don't get poked in the eye. 1-4-5. Pitcher struggler. No. Nothing on the batter. That's going to be a ground ball to first. Perez has it. He'll take it to the bag himself. 1 down. One out, base is empty for Chris Spire. Spire is 0 for 1. Bench wiggles the fingers. Billingham nods his head. The pitch to Spire. 3-6-6 with a dot. 3-6-6. Nothing for the pitcher. Is he a pinch hitter? No. That's going to be a shallow fly ball to center. Girano coming in. Makes the catch. Spire's retired. He's 0 for 2. 2 down. Top of the 5th. No one on for the catcher, Chris Arnold. Arnold is the designated hot batter because he batted .391 against right-handed pitching. The pitch to Arnold from Jack Billingham, looking for a 1-2-3 inning. No dot. 3-5-6. Are they the same? No. Arnold is a right-handed batter. Yes, they are the same. Excuse me. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter equals strike 3. Catches him looking on the breaking pitch. We go to the bottom of the 5th here at Riverfront Stadium. Giants nothing, Reds nothing. Due up for the Cincinnati Reds. Costco, Dreesen, Stahl. Bryant back up on the bump. He looks quite good. We have a pitcher's duel. Here's Andy Costco. Costco's 0 for 1. The pitch. Bryant deals Costco a 4-5-6, no dot. So 4-5-6. Nothing for the pitcher. Is Costco patient? No, he is not. Fly ball to center field, carrying a bit. Maddox goes back, makes the catch. 1 down. Next batter goes off the purple chart, which is the chemistry chart. Both teams, since it's opening day, are semi-harmonious, in my opinion. So we go to the chemistry chart for Dan Dreesen. Dreesen's 0 for 1. No dot. And it's a 2-5. 2-5. Pitching team dissonance. No. So that's going to be a fly ball out to Bobby Bonds in right for out number 2. Dreesen heads back to the bench. 2 outs, base is empty for the Reds. That will bring up the number 8 batter, left-hand batting, designated hitter, Larry Stahl. Lefty-lefty matchup. Stahl against left-handed pitching, batted .300. Here's the pitch to Stahl. 1-2-4 with a dot. 1-2-4 with a dot. 1-2-4. Does he have control? No, he has semi-star, semi-flash. Is Stahl eager? No, he's utility and whiffer. Stahl works a walk. Is he an active runner? No, he's semi-stoic, so he does not steal second. So a 2-out walk for Stahl keeps the inning alive for the designated cold batter, Cesar Geronimo, who's 0 for 1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Geronimo in there for his defense. The pitch to Geronimo. 3-4-6, no dot. Runner at first, 2 outs. 3-4-6. Is Geronimo eager? He's semi-eager. The decider die says no, so it's not a flyout. Instead, Geronimo fouls a couple of pitches off and works a walk. So you'll take that at bat from Cesar Geronimo. It says active runner steals. But, I mean, it's first and second, so he's not stealing anything, and he's a neutral runner. He's not active. So 2 outs, 2 on. Next batter goes to the chemistry chart, and that's the top of the order, Pete Rose. Again, both teams semi-harmonious. Watch the blue, red, and white. The pitch to Rose, who's 1 for 2. We're looking at a 16 and the dot. 16, batting team dissonance. No. So Rose does not pop out. That ball goes foul. He works a walk. Another walk. Bases are loaded. Bryant is in a pickle here. Two outs, bases juice for Joe Morgan. Little Joe's 0 for 1. He has walked, though. So he has walked 3 straight batters. Let me check something out here. Semi-struggler, 3 consecutive on. So he's a semi-struggler right now. He's let 3 batters on by walk. Joe Morgan trying to cash the chips in here. Arnold goes out to have a word with Bryant, now back behind the plate. No score. No place to put Joe Morgan. Stahl at third. Geronimo at second. Rose at first. The pitch to the left-hand batting second baseman of the Cincinnati Reds, Joe Morgan, acquired from the Houston Astros. We're looking at a 3-5-6 with a dot. Can Morgan drive in some runs here for the Reds and give Cincinnati a lead here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th? 3-5-6 with the dot. 3-5-6. Are they the same? Well, Bryant is a lefty. Morgan is a lefty. Bryant, after walking the bases loaded, comes back and strikes out Joe Morgan on a breaking pitch, down and away, swing and a miss. Side is retired. There is still no score here at Riverfront Stadium as Bryant gets himself out of quite the predicament. We go to the top of the 6th, scoreless here. Opening day, 1973, April 5th. History Maker Baseball, combined with Action PC Baseball version 2026, manual entry. Due up for the Giants in the top of the 6th, top of their order, Maddox, Matthews, and Bonds to face Jack Billingham. Maddox is 0 for 2. The pitch to Gary Maddox. 2-4-6, no dot. 2-4-6, pick up some sticks. 2-4-6. Does Billingham have control? He has semi-control. The dot says no. The decider die says no. Is Maddox eager? Yes, he is eager. Pops it up. Left side, foul territory. Dan Dreesen, the third baseman, makes the catch. 1 out. That brings up Gary Matthews. Matthews is 1 for 2. The pitch to Sarge. Lefty-righty matchup. I'm sorry, righty-righty matchup. 2-3-4, no dot. 2-3-4. Runner on base, no. Hot batter. Did Gary Matthews get a hit his last time up? Let's find out. Matthews did get a hit his last time up. He is a hot batter then. That's a single. So he is a hot batter. Matthews sends this one to the fence. Matthews gives it a ride. We go to the micro chart. And just watch the blue die and the dot. He didn't get the dot, and he's only a hero anyway. So it's a 2. He's not a scrapper, not a slugger, not a home run king, so it's a double. A 1-out double to center for Gary Matthews. Matthews at second. For Bobby Bonds. Bonds is 1 for 2. The pitch to Bobby. 4-5-6 with a dot. Can Bobby Bonds drive in Gary Matthews and give the Giants a lead here? We have a 4-5-6. 4-5-6. Nothing for the pitcher. Is Bonds patient? No, he is not. He will fly out to center field. Two down. Next batter goes off the chemistry chart. So Bobby Bonds flies out to Cesar Geronimo. Two outs. Matthews will be off on contact. That brings up stretch Willie McCovey. And we go to the chemistry chart. So watch the blue, red, and white. We have the dot, and it's a 2-5. Batting team dissidence, no. Oh, pitching team dissidence, no. That's going to be a fly ball to shallow right. Coming in is Costco. Side is retired. Matthews stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still scoreless. We have a pitcher's duel at Riverfront Stadium. So far, the umpires have not come into play. Or the ballpark. Due up for the Reds, Perez, Bench, and Concepcion. Tony is 0 for 2. Bryant rocks and deals to Perez. No dot. We're looking at a 2-4-6. Pick up some sticks. 2-4-6. Control, no. Is Perez eager or a sad sack? No. And Perez works a walk. He's definitely not an active runner. He's semi-stoic, so he will not steal second. Another walk issued by Bryant. So Perez leads things off with a free pass. He's at first base. McCovey holds him on. Johnny Bench to the plate. Bench has walked twice. Here's the pitch to the Reds catcher, Johnny Bench. 2-3-5 with the dot. 2-3-5. Wild. Bryant is not wild. Bench is Bench eager. No, he's not. It's going to be a ground out to second. Is he patient? He's semi-patient. The decider die says he's patient, so instead of grounding out, he will work a walk. A third walk for Bench. No outs. 2 on. Perez at second. Bench at first. Davey Concepcion, the designated hot batter, to the plate. He's going to swing the stick. He's not going to bunt. The pitch to Concepcion, who's 0 for 2. Concepcion is due. We have a 2-4-6, no dot. 2-4-6. Bryant control, no. Concepcion eager, a sad sack. He is semi-eager. The decider die says no. He checks his swing. Holy crap, another walk. Bryant is a semi-struggler again. He has walked, the base is loaded once again, but this time there are no outs. The Reds trying to knock Bryant out here. Giants will give up the run to play. They're going to play for 2. Here's the pitch to Andy Costco. And if it's a ground ball, that's a double play. That's a 1-2-4. 1-2-4. Control. No. Eager. No. Holy cow. Guess what just happened, folks? 1-2-4. Another walk. The first run comes in on 4 consecutive walks. 1-0 Cincinnati. Costco with a ribby. That is wild. Bryant is a struggler now. He needs to get an out here. Again, they'll play for 2. The pitch to Dreesen, who's 0 for 2. Lefty-lefty matchup. 2-6-6 with a dot. 2-6-6. Runner on first, thrown out, so that's a fielder's choice. 2-6-6. Runner on first, thrown out, so they can't turn 2. Run scores 2-0. So I guess we're going to call it 6-4. So that's going to be a fielder's choice. Okay, FC. We'll say ground ball. So we'll go 4-6. Ground ball second. So we should have first and third run scores. Yep, 2-0. So that's an RBI for Dreesen. 1 out, runners on the corners for Larry Stahl. Truth Hurts says Andy just passed away. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Here's a pitch to Larry Stahl, lefty-lefty matchup. 4-6-6, no dot. 4-6-6, control, no. Home run king or slugger, no. That's going to be a ground ball hit up the middle. Fuentes makes the diving stop for the ground out. Runners advance 1 base on a ground, so it's going to be 3-0. Concepcion scores. Fuentes goes to McCovey. Dreesen is second. So that's going to be a ground out. Second. Or do we have to go fielder's choice there? I guess we're going to have to say fielder, even though it's not really a fielder's choice. So let's go fielder's choice. Second. I guess we'll say 4-6. We'll say, so diving, he flips to Spire. We can do it that way. Dreesen's retired. Run scores, makes it 3-0. I want to know, let's see what else we have here. Went ground ball. Runner on third. Let's go ground ball to second. Yeah, you can't do it that way. All right, we'll go fielder's choice. They try to turn 2. Ground ball to second. They get the force out. Run scores. Concepcion from third. 3-0 Cincinnati. So Stahl at first, 2 outs now for the designated cold batter, Cesar Geronimo. Bryant to Geronimo. Geronimo's 0 for 1 with a walk. He's got the dot. It's a 4.55. 4.55. Flash. Yes. Does Geronimo have a good eye? No. Strike 3, side is retired. So he had semi-flash. You can see the flash with the dot. We got the dot. It's a strikeout. But the walks killed him. He really shot off every toe on both feet. And the Reds lead 3-0 going to the top of the 7th. So that's probably it for Mr. Bryant. We're going to come with a relief pitcher next. Due up for the Giants, now trailing 3-0 to the joy of Reds fans here at Riverfront Stadium, opening day, April 5th, 1973. Kingman, who's a designated cold batter, Tomlinson and Fuentes. Billingham to Kong, Dave Kingman. No dot, 4.66. 4.66. Does he have control? He has semi-control. The dot says no. Is Kingman a home run king or slugger? He's a home run king. A mighty swing and a miss. Oh my God, another strikeout for Kingman. 1 out. Billingham to Gary Tomlinson. Righty-lefty matchup. Thomason 0 for 2. 3.55 with a dot. 3.55. Is he struggling? No. Is Tomlinson a champion? No. Is he a whiffer? He's a semi-whiffer. The decider die says he's a whiffer. So the ground ball right side is foul. And then Billingham strikes him out on the breaking pitch. Catches him looking. 2 down. Jack Billingham has now struck out 8 while walking 1, giving up no runs on 3 hits and 6 2/3. Tito Fuentes is 0 for 2. Bench sets up, down, and away. The pitch to Fuentes, a 1-4-6 with a dot. 1-4-6. Does he have flash? He has semi-flash. It's a possible strikeout. Is Tito Fuentes have a good eye? No. Strike 3, swing and a miss on the breaking pitch, down and away. Jack Billingham strikes out the side. We go to the bottom of the 7th with joy and jocularity here at Riverfront Stadium. The Reds 3, the Giants 0. Opening day 1973, April 5th. And Bryant is tired. We're getting him out. Who will we bring in? Let's bring in Don McMahon. So McMahon is an ace star semi-flash with control. So Don McMahon comes in. Bryant, the walks killed him. The walks killed him. Let's look at that box score real quick. Bryant walked 11 batters. Holy crap. He only gave up 1 hit. He walked 11 batters and gave up 3 earned runs. Unbelievable. None of them due to a hit. He walked 1 in and then 2 ground outs. That came in the bottom of the 3rd. The walks killed him, very simply said. Here's Pete Rose. Rose 1 for 2. McMahon to Rose, righty-lefty matchup. Rose switch hitter batting lefty. 1-4-5 to Charlie Hustle. 1-4-5 struggler, no. Nothing for Pete Rose under batter. So that's going to be a ground ball slap to Fuentes on the turf. Fuentes throws to McCovey. 1 out. 1 out for Joe Morgan. Did it say he threw 200 pitches? I didn't even look. I believe it. Truth Hurts says he threw 200 pitches. Let's go back and look. I didn't even pay attention. Yeah, holy crap, you're right. Wow. 59 strikes, 57 balls. Again, that is Action PC doing that. But yeah, wow. Here's a pitch to Morgan from McMahon. Little Joe's 0 for 2. I do believe he has a ribby, though. I believe Morgan has a ribby. I think he walked. No, he didn't get a run batted in. He did walk, though. And he struck out once. Here's the pitch to Morgan. 1-2-4. Control. Yes, so that is going to be a ground ball to Spire at short. He'll throw to McCovey. 2 down. So we go ground ball, short, Spires to McCovey. You see 6-3 over there. 2 outs. Base is empty. 11 walks. Holy crap. Base is empty for Tony Perez, who's 0 for 2. The pitch to TP. Tony Perez, 3-6-6 with a dot. Pinch hitter. No. It's going to be a fly ball to center field. Carrying a bit, going back at the track, making the catch, Gary Maddox. Side is retired. McMahon does his JOB. Perez is 0 for 3. We go to the top of the 8th. Billingham feels strong. And what I do using the Action PC, I'm going to say he's fresh until he goes red. So I don't even have to, that's kind of cool. It's like a hybrid using kind of their pitching, right? Mechanic, even though I'm rolling dice. It's in the background calculating pitches however it wants. And he hasn't gone red, so he's fresh, baby. Billingham to Spires, who's 0 for 2. The pitch to Chris Spires. 1-6-5, no dot. 1-6-5. I'm sorry, 1-5-6. Nothing for the pitcher. Is Spire a whiffer? He has no traits. He hits it to the outfield. We have outfield drama. Where is he going to hit it to? Watch the blue, red, and white die. Outfield drama. Oops. Close. 13 with a dot. Center fielder iron. Cesar Geronimo is gold. Geronimo makes the diving catch to his left, robbing Spires of extra bases. What a catch by Cesar Geronimo. That's why he's in there for that glove. 1 down. Only 4 hits in this game. The Giants have 3 and no runs. The Reds have 1 hit and 3 runs due to 11 walks by the starter, Bryant. Here comes Chris Arnold, the designated hot batter. Bench sets a target to his counterpart, Arnold. Billingham rocks and deals. 2-5-5, no dot. 2-5-5, no dot. 1 out. Top of the 8th. 3-0 Reds. 2-5-5. Star. Yes! Strikeout unless he has a good eye. He doesn't. Swing and a miss. Billingham with another K. 10 strikeouts for Jack Billingham in this 3-hit shutout so far. 2 outs, base is empty, top of the order. Gary Maddox, who's 0 for 3. The pitch to Maddox. 2-5-5, no dot. Is he a star? Yes! Is Maddox patient or good eye? No! Strike 3! Swing and a miss. He chased the high cheese. 11 strikeouts for Billingham. Holy cow. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Jack Billingham having a tremendous opening day here at Riverfront Stadium. April 5th, 1973. Fans give Billingham a standing ovation. Due up in the bottom of the 8th for the Reds. Bench, Concepcion, Costco. As I take a swig of Gatorade, I'm having a lot of fun with this. Johnny Bench has walked 3 times. Walk 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. What song did I just spoof and who sung it? Walk 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. What song did I just spoof or parody and who sang it? Here's the pitch of Johnny Bench. 2-6-6. Pick up some sticks. No dots. 2-6-6. Runner on first. No. Leadoff batter. Yes, Johnny Bench is the leadoff batter this inning. Bench has a single to center. So Bench has been on every time he's come to the plate. First time with a hit, though. McCovey holds on Bench. Davey Concepcion 0 for 2, designated hot batter. The pitch to Davey. 1-6-1. If that's on the ground, it's a double play. Lead 1. 1-6. 1-1-6, excuse me, I'm sorry. Is he fresh? McMahon is fresh. That is a strikeout. One out, one on for Andy Costco, 0 for 2. McMahon looks to first. Now in at Arnold. He deals to Andy Costco, the right fielder. 4-5-6, no dot for Costco. 4-5-6, nothing for the pitcher. Is Costco patient? No, he is not. He'll lift this ball out to center field. Maddox goes back, now starts to come in. He makes the catch, 2 down. So Costco flies out to Maddox in center. He's 0 for 3. So with that fly out, Dan Dreesen will go off the chemistry chart. Both teams are semi-harmonious because it's opening day. And that's what I say. So watch the blue, red, white chemistry chart. Ones across the board. So an 11 with no dot. Prospect. Is a pitcher a prospect? No, he is an icon. So it's a strikeout. McMahon strikes out Dreesen. Side is retired. We go to the top of the 9th. Billingham looking for a 3-hit shutout complete game. So far for Jack Billingham, what a game. He has thrown a 3-hitter. 8 innings. No runs. 1 walk. 11 strikeouts. Bryant, the starting pitcher for the Giants, had 11 walks, thus costing him 3 runs in the 6th. They weren't all in the 6th, but he walked the bases loaded. It was a horrible inning for Bryant. Let's just look back at that horrible inning. Perez walks, Bench walks, Concepcion walks, Costco walks, 1-0 San Francisco. Dreesen, ground ball, 2-0 San Francisco. Stahl gets a ground ball. Another run scores, 3-0 San Francisco. Then Geronimo strikes out. Gary Matthews, 2 for 3. On deck, Bobby Bonds. Billingham to Matthews. 4-5-6, no dot. Pick up some sticks, 4-5-6. What will Matthews do with a 4-5-6? Nothing for the pitcher. Is Matthews patient? No, he's a hero, so he will fly out to center and Geronimo. 1 out. Billingham 2 outs away from a complete game shutout. Next batter goes chemistry chart, so Bobby Bonds goes chemistry chart. Watch the blue, red, white. 2-5 with a dot on the chemistry chart. 2-5. Pitching team dissidence. No. That's going to be a fly ball to right. Costco camping. He makes the catch. 2 down. Billingham and the Reds 1 out from a complete game 3-hit shutout victory on opening day. Willie McCovey, the man they call Stretch, the first baseman for the San Francisco Giants, strides into the left-hander's batter's box. He's 0 for 2. Bench goes through the signs. Billingham nods his head. He rocks and deals to McCovey. 1-2-5 with a dot. 1-2-5. 1-2-5. Is he struggling? No. Is McCovey patient? Yes, he is. Oh, boy. The umpire is going to come into play here. The umpire is going to come into play. A 1-2-5. Questionable or strict umpire calls strike 3. The home plate umpire is questionable and strict. Strike 3. I will bring this over so you can see it. Hold on a second. . There you go, right there. Home, first, second, third. That's the way I set it up. Ken Burkhardt is questionable and strict. That is strike 3. This ball game is over. I believe that is the 12th strikeout for Billingham. The Reds win opening day at home thanks to 11 walks from the starting pitcher Bryant of the Giants, 3-0. But Jack Billingham goes 9, 3-hit shutout, 12 strikeouts. He threw 128 pitches. Yeah. Unbelievable. 1 walk, 12 Ks. Look at Bryant. 6 innings. Only 1 hit. He gave up 3 runs. We showed you that horrific control he had in the 6th, and you could see it coming. He walked 11 and struck out 3. Unbelievable. I would say player of the game would be Jack Billingham. Let's see what they say. Player of the game, Jack Billingham. That was a lot of fun, folks. That was a lot of fun. Go recap. So Bryant the loss, Billingham the win. San Francisco wins 3-0. History Maker Baseball. And we used Action PC Baseball version 2026 manual entry. I used the PDF and a snippet tool. So basically what I did was I snippet, I did Johnny Bench, and then I put it in the photo file, and I type in Johnny Bench. I had a specific photo file. This league, and I'll show you in a second. This league is called BB 1973 Backup HMB, standing for History Maker Baseball. So that was a lot of fun. These are the only 2 teams I've loaded up so far with the photos. Takes a little time, but I'm gonna do some more. I might actually do the reimagined 1973 World Series. That would be fun. So let's click play here. Ooh, Boston and New York. Bill Lee versus Stottlemyre. That could be fun. Maybe we'll do that game online. And then we have Seaver pitching against Twitchell. That's a fun game, too. So there you have it. Let's go back. Opening day, April 5th. The Giants fall to the Reds 3-0. Billingham strikes out 11. Player of the game. I like to thank Truth Hurts, Philip Reynolds, Cutter Historical. Please check out and subscribe to that channel. Sports Time Machine 2102. Check out and subscribe to that channel. Had a wonderful football game between the 79 Steelers and the 79 Patriots using, I think it was the Hafner football game. And Michael Conestari. Please check out and subscribe to his channel, MP Conestari CT. He did a wonderful tournament using the 1973 and 1998 sets, the newer sets from History Maker Baseball, playing the 73 Red Sox against the 98 Red Sox, and so, like the Reds against the Reds, so on and so forth. And that was a lot of fun. So check that out and subscribe. So thank you very much for your time. Stay safe. Be smart. God bless. I love you all. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.